into the ring, the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle Talk, we're here to shine. Flagship on the airwaves, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
It is that time of the week again. It is Tuesday, and we are here with another edition of the weekly broadcast known as Turnbuckle Talk. This is episode number 440. I am Carl Carafel. I'm joined alongside Chris Best and OMD. My video is a little bit whitewashed out. This is still a work in progress for me. I got a big window right here. Literally, the sun is shining a little bit through the clouds today, which is kind of whitewashing me out. Still a work in progress. We're getting things done slowly, but surely. Guys, we have got a great show lined up for everyone today. We have some topics that maybe some people are not talking about. And that is kind of what we like to do here on Turnbuckle Talk, is bring you mainstream and maybe things that you are not aware of or may have even forgotten. We're going to get right into our very first topic of the day. And that is one that has been a buzz on the internet right now. We're talking about Mr. AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles has recently taken to social media, and if you are watching us right now, you can see the hourglass that has been posted, giving way to a lot of different speculation, the largest of which seems to be retirement. Now, whether I believe that or not, we all have our opinions on this. Now, Mr. Best, I know that you had said that you have a different type of view on this. And before you get to your view on it, I want to go first to OMD, because I think you have something really good, Mr. Best. And I don't even know what it is, but I got a feeling that your thoughts would be a good thought.
You're gonna like what I have in mind.
OMD, go first for us. Give us your thoughts on what is happening right now with AJ Styles and this hourglass of who knows what.
I only saw this once very briefly, so I really haven't had a whole lot of time to process it. I am leaning towards the retirement aspect because he did state earlier this year in an interview that he is not wrestling past 50 years old.
Okay.
He also stated going into SummerSlam that it could very well be his last. So I'm wondering if we are gearing up now for the AJ Styles retirement tour. We've seen Edge do it. We're seeing John Cena wrap up his.
Right.
And is AJ next? And what a huge career he's had. What a tremendous loss in ring for us as fans, if that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to wonder, is this him trying to count down to getting a title back? Finish his legacy off as a champion.
That's definitely a possibility as well. Not a lot of people have really been kind of talking about that. And we do know that AJ Styles is 48 years old. And you are correct, OMD, when you said he did an interview where he says he does not want to go past the age of 50, which I fully understand. Mr. Best, what do you have?
I don't think he's retiring.
Okay.
We're looking at the hourglass, and the hourglass looks very, very familiar to me. And I'm thinking about a wrestler who recently let his contract go, who used to carry an hourglass to the ring to tease his opponents with. AJ Styles, before he started his feud with Dominic, he also started a feud with this wrestler. And I'm thinking that this is going to be where Karrion Kross comes back, and maybe we see a pairing or a feud between these two men. Because if you guys remember, it wasn't just Sami Zayn that Karrion Kross was getting into the head of. AJ Styles was also being talked to by Karrion Kross quite a bit. And that hourglass looks very reminiscent to the hourglass that Karrion Kross used to bring to the ring.
That's a really good observation as well. I could possibly see that, but I might not see that as well. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm trying to find it right now. I had just had it somewhere here. Karrion Kross actually responded to that X post, former Twitter post that AJ Styles put out here. And I want to get exactly what it was just so that I'm not misquoting Kevin here. So Killer Kross, as he's known now, wrote, "Uncle Alan, I will turn that hourglass upside down. Don't you dare leave us." So even Kevin, Killer Kross, is thinking that it's retirement as well. Or kayfabe thinking that it's retirement as well. Whichever it is, this right now has the wrestling world speculating and really, truly a buzz.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty cool.
The feed on my phone has been littered with this speculation and asking for my thoughts. I'm like, well, wait till Turnbuckle Talk and I will get my thoughts out.
One other thought on this.
See, that's exactly what needs to be done. Yeah,
One other
please go.
thought on this. AJ recently returned to the company that gave him his true start. Could this be him making another return in October at Bound for Glory for TNA?
So it's a possibility that I had thought about as well. I'm thinking more kind of along the lines of what you had originally mentioned, is that this hourglass is an hourglass for him towards fulfilling things that he wants to do in the wrestling world before the actual retirement. And we do know that with the WWE, the end of his deal is about February 2026, shortly after the Royal Rumble and just before WrestleMania. So the timing kind of aligns for him to be able to, before that 50 mark, still kind of go, okay, now I've done what I need to do here within the WWE. I'm only 49. Let me finish out back in TNA wrestling. It's kind of what I'm going with. That's kind of where I'm thinking. I don't know. We don't know. Again, we're just part of that speculation crew right now that is out there in the internet world, kind of trying to figure this out because, again, it's cryptid. It is just cryptic. maybe not as cryptic as things that were coming from the Wyatt Six or from Bray Wyatt or any of that before, where we had to
Right.
actually dig really deep to find things. But this one seems to be pretty in your face and kind of just gives you that sense of retirement. And it could very well be that, yes, maybe the time is ticking down for his WWE run before he goes and retires, where it all started, essentially, and TNA. Now, AJ Styles has done, things prior to TNA, but became more of a household name within TNA or Impact Wrestling, NWA TNA, as it was back then, doing the weekly pay-per-views. He's an OG with TNA. So that is definitely something that I can see. Spanning many decades. This man has just done so much.
I mean, he was the reason why I started paying weekly for those TNA pay-per-views. I wanted to see what him and D'Lo Brown were going to do against each other. Because if you recall, they had a big feud over the NWA title back then.
Yeah. Now, to kind of just go along with that as well, okay, before we finish up with Mr. AJ Styles, or before he finishes up with us, maybe, this could also just kind of lend to AJ Styles becoming part of the WWE Hall of Fame, which we know happens around the WrestleMania season. We start to get these names. So if AJ Styles is going out and doing the Royal Rumble, finishing up his dates with the WWE, making the return to TNA, which, kind of has that partnership with the WWE right now anyways. And then just as he makes his debut or re-debut onto TNA, a graphic then comes up behind him that goes WWE Hall of Fame inductee AJ Styles. And maybe that's how an announcement happens.
Right.
With the collaboration that these two companies have right now. That's just my business mind kind of running right now.
And along those lines, if we get that potential return at Bound for Glory, we have no idea who's TNA's Hall of Fame inductees are this year, which happens at Bound for Glory.
Yes.
And for some reason, I thought that already happened this year.
And last year, AJ politely declined when there was all this rampant speculation that WWE wouldn't let him know. He declined to go in while he was still an active competitor. So he may be still an active competitor, but if this is him winding down his career, is that something that he's willing to accept this year?
Right.
Yeah, and it's still weird to me that that they still had that speculation that WWE was denying them when the partnership with TNA and WWE was already in full swing at that point.
Very true. Again, all just speculation. We will definitely have to see what happens in this situation. Something that I don't need to speculate at all because I know is actually happening is that we here with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program and Turnbuckle Studios would love to have you become part of our team.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And the easiest way for everyone to do so is to go to our website, turnbucklestudios.org/join, where you can read a little bit about the studio, what we do, and then down at the very bottom has a place for you to join, almost like a quick little interview and resume that you could put there for us. And that goes directly to our email. And we do see each and every one that comes through. I will say that this is a new push that we are doing. It's in its infancy right now. So we have not received any as of yet. So if you want to become one of the first to become part of the Turnbuckle affiliation program here with Turnbuckle Studios, go to turnbucklestudios.org/join. Fill in the questionnaire, leave us the information, and let's see what we can do to work together to make things happen. The next piece of news that we have got today, again, kind of stems around retirement and where and what will happen with this person. We are looking at Mr. Chris Jericho at this time, who you can see on the graphic there, Mr. Jericho waving to you, waving at us, and I'm waving back at him because, by God, he is a beautiful man. Jericho's contract with AEW is still in full effect. He is still part of AEW. He is with the company, I believe, for the remainder of 2025 at this point. Maybe further, considering he has not kind of been on television in a little bit. So they may have to tack on some time as well. But Jericho essentially said, I am happy with AEW. I love AEW. I am here with AEW, but I wouldn't rule out a return to the WWE. So again, a speculation type of situation going on here. Jericho has been absent from AEW since April, and then that's when things all kind of, went rampant with speculation. Lots of speculation going on with a lot of these news stories right now. So that's kind of why we're just quickly covering them so that at least they're out there, they're known. And if you are watching us right now, then you will know that we have not answered anything in the chat here for you because this is a pre-recorded broadcast. But we do urge you to leave your comments for us anyways. We want to know your thoughts on everything that we speak about today, but especially this one here. I want to hear your thoughts on Chris Jericho and the possibility of him returning to the WWE. And Mr. Best, let's start with you on that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the actual quote here where he said he wouldn't rule out he wouldn't be opposed to it. And it almost sounds like when he left in 2005 and the constant questioning of whether or not he would return. And I don't want to say he coined the term, but he popularized the phrase "never say never" because of that.
Right.
So again, I'm not opposed to it, but I think between the two companies, between the WWE and Chris Jericho, I get a feeling that the timing has to be right for them. And it's Jericho being gone since April really is no surprise that he does this, because he has been known to, leave WWE for several months, he's left AEW for a couple of months as well. And it's mostly because he's been focusing on stuff that he wants to do with Fozzy, whether it's making new music, touring with them, or even going out and doing acting, like when he left AEW for a little bit so he can go and shoot the new Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Right.
So at the same time, I think wherever Jericho ends up, it's still going to be an exciting moment for wrestling fans regardless, because Jericho has always been that one character, whether it's been successful or unsuccessful, he's been able to reinvent himself. So when he comes back, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Jericho can do as a reinvented character, because he more than likely will reinvent himself.
For sure he will. OMD.
For me, it is, and I'll believe it when I see it, because we have heard it. Yes, he had left to go tour with Fozzy in May and through the summer.
Right.
And now all of this is coming out, and, we're hearing, oh, he sent feelers to the WWE for a potential Rumble return. I will believe it when I see it. Jericho is going to do what is best for him if he is happy and getting what he needs from AEW. I don't see injury time being added on if he's already requested this time off to go and tour.
Right.
Or to go and do a movie or anything like that. So I'll believe it when I see it. Jericho is going to do what is best for Chris Jericho and where he fits best.
That's very true. It is definitely very true. Jericho is one of those guys that will lend himself to the business. He has really, I really believe, has given back so much already to the world of professional wrestling itself. One of the biggest things for me is when he started the Jericho Cruise. The very first one, he incorporated Ring of Honor stars and the Ring of Honor company. And then after that, it became, Chris Jericho Cruise featuring AEW. And that's what it has been consistently so far. This is just a cool way for him to kind of give back, I guess, right? Where he's doing this cruise, and sure, he's probably making a couple of bucks off of this, and good for him for doing so. But all of these stars that come onto the ship with him are essentially getting a vacation and getting paid to do it. So he's given back so much. And whether he stays with AEW or whether he goes and does a return with the WWE, he has given everything to this business. For that, I'm thankful. For that, I am happy. And for that, we can say thank you, Chris Jericho. And whatever you decide, I fully support, brother. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a huge congratulations and shout out as well to, a Canadian friend, Alicia. Maybe people don't know what the name Alicia means right now, but hey, congratulations to MJF and Alicia Atut, who on this past Friday, got married. Now, they had been seeing each other for a little bit of time already, and I am just so happy for both of them. MJF looking like $1 million and Alicia looking like $1 billion. This was a star-studded affair when it came to people that were there, guests that were there. Alicia is now Alicia Atut Friedman, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. She has hyphenated her name and taken that, but just amazing for both of them. And to allow, I don't even necessarily want to say allow, they invited their friends. You're looking at like Tay Mello and Sammy Guevara. You were looking at Hangman Adam Page. You're looking at Taz. Just so many people that were there. Tony Schiavone. And of course, Mr. Khan was there as well. Jeff Jarrett, Daniel Garcia. Just a plethora. I'll use the word. A plethora of people that were at this wedding. And it looks as though, from the pictures that I've seen, that it was just a super fun time.
Yeah, I just went through the pictures myself, and I kind of wish I was there.
Right. Unfortunately, I think if if fans were there, that's exactly what they would be. They would be fans, and it might actually have kind of taken away and sullied the wedding a little bit. Personally, I think that
I get a
that would have
feeling that
happened.
they would have. I get a feeling they would have tried to mob them like Rhea was mobbed in France over the weekend or over the week.
Yeah. If you guys have noticed, the shirt is brand new. It's about a month old now, and I keep touching it because, well, it just feels so nice on me. If you have not got yourself any merchandise from Turnbuckle Studios, now is the time to do so. Make sure that you make your way over to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and check out our shop. The shop is open and available and is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A huge thank you to Redbubble for hosting Turnbuckle Studios and allowing us a platform to be able to bring merchandise to all of our fans. Fans are in for a real treat coming up on, I believe I had said September the 15th. I'm double checking. Yes, September the 15th. If you have not seen anything from this as of yet, I urge you to go to YouTube and look up the new documentary that is coming, Sabu. This is going to be very violent, but very heart-wrenching at the same time. The pre-orders are available now for this documentary that was produced by Rob Van Dam, somebody who was friends, obviously, with Sabu, who is able to talk about the life and the career and the legacy of the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. The two of them were tag team partners and lifelong friends. It's going to span his career of the hardcore wrestling icon from the beginning all the way through. For those of us in the wrestling world, at least, this has been highly anticipated, and I cannot wait to be able to see this. Award-winning filmmaker Joe Clark, who did Headstrong, is the director for this, and it was produced by Rob Van Dam. What do you guys think about this documentary for Sabu?
I am excited to see it. I remember when we first talked about it when it was first announced earlier this year, just after Sabu's passing.
Right.
And our eyes lit up. Now that we have the official date, I cannot wait to get a copy of this, whether it's a physical copy, whether it's going to be on a streaming platform, to be able to sit down and watch it so that we can come back on another show with our thoughts on this documentary.
I will let everyone know that it is available, as I said, for pre-order. It drops on September the 15th. You can pre-order it by visiting kinema.com. That's KINEMA.com. That is where you can go to purchase and pre-order this new documentary, Sabu. Mr. Best.
I actually really like the fact that somebody from outside the wrestling business is doing this documentary. Even though Rob Van Dam is involved, Joe Clark isn't really a filmmaker who is known to be a part of the wrestling business. So for him to be getting involved and getting that outside look into the life of Sabu, who, again, I'm excited for the fact that Sabu, outside of the wrestling world, not very well known, is now going to get that exposure to people outside the wrestling business so that they can get a better understanding of the man behind Sabu.
Right.
Because we all know him as the homicidal, genocidal maniac, as you've alluded to, Carl. But
Yep.
a lot of people don't know him as Terry Brunk, his shoot name. And that's the vibe that I got from looking at these trailers, is that we're going to look at how he becomes Sabu, how he's able to just live his life. And it is going to be a tearjerker for me as well. I guarantee you, you're gonna see, if we were to do a live watch along for this, you'd probably see me crying ugly tears as we watch this.
Right. No, I totally understand that. I'm going to make things easier for everyone as well. If you were watching this on the live or on the pre-recorded broadcast, but if you're watching this, I put the link down on the ticker. It is kinema.com/films/sabu-4GD7A. I'll repeat that once again for those that are listening to us in the podcast form. kinema.com/films/sabu-4GD7A. That is where you go. That will take you directly to the pre-order area, or where you can get this documentary. I am looking forward to it just as much as I am looking forward to WrestlePalooza. WrestlePalooza really has given us not much right now. I believe we have got 2 matches that are actually announced for WrestlePalooza, and one of them we literally just learned about, that being the first and only time that we are going to see John Cena on WrestlePalooza, where he's going to be taking on Brock Lesnar. Wow. We saw this past week that Brock actually came out and interrupted and interfered within Cena's matchup. And then, kind of had the promo, which Brock doesn't need very many words. And he didn't need very many words this time either. It was just a simple, Cena, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza. Don't quote me on that. I don't think that that's actually the way that he said it, but that's essentially all he needed to say.
Oh no, I watched the show and I feel like I may have seen him mouth the words, because when we do the SmackDown Security Detail, I've got it on mute.
Right.
He may have dropped some bombs. Let's just say that.
Oh, it's very possible. It is very possible. It is Brock Lesnar after all.
Yeah.
This man is a beast. That's why they have called him the Beast Incarnate. This is wild. John Cena on that retirement tour, making history by being first and last time that he will ever be part of WrestlePalooza in a wrestling capacity, that is. OMD, what do you think about John Cena, Brock Lesnar, WrestlePalooza?
I'm intrigued to see it, but I do think that there, again, like we got with Logan Paul and the backlash on that, I think there's better opponents that they could have brought out for this instead of bringing Brock Lesnar back. They could have done the AJ Styles, who Cena has said he wants to face. Either member of the Usos in a Royal Rumble revenge situation. There's all of those different factors. We know that Brock recently re-signed with WWE.
Right.
So I can understand now you're trying to get him re-exposed. And yes, he is one of John's fiercest rivals over the years. So I can understand why, but I do think that they could have gone in a different direction and perhaps a better direction and let Brock come back in another capacity.
Okay. Mr. Best, what do you think about
Uh,
OMD's remarks there?
I'm gonna kind of counter them because I think we've noticed this entire tour, with the exception of the feud with Logan Paul. His entire year has been nothing but replays of every match he has. So this is where it does make sense that Brock Lesnar is the next opponent here. Give me 1 second, guys.
So yeah, I mean, with John Cena and Brock Lesnar, I mean, again, I'm intrigued by it. I am definitely a fan of Brock Lesnar. As I mean, OMD, over the years, I've always been a fan of Brock Lesnar. John Cena, it's been a rocky relationship with John Cena and Mr. Carl Carafel for sure. But I can definitely respect what the man has done for the professional wrestling business. And OMD, you had mentioned the AJ Styles angle and the AJ Styles way of going about things. I think we will still get that. And I think he may be the second to last opponent for John Cena. Just kind of going through and getting all of these other ones out of the way first to allow Cena to go, I'm tired of taking on all of the same people that I've taken on my entire career. What I want is this, and make it known publicly then in the ring on a broadcast. This is who I want. Make it happen. And then we get it a couple weeks down the road, 3-4 weeks down the road, whatever it may be. I think that's probably the best way to go about that.
Okay. I'm just thinking.
I think we do get it still.
Okay. Because I was thinking, like, if you're going that route, he's had that rivalry with AJ Styles and the OC back in the day. So it's just, again, continuing on that road. I mean, even after what we saw at Clash in Paris, I actually now have Rusev pegged as John's final match. And again, you're going back and revisiting.
True.
Yeah,
I think at this point, I mean, it.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, to be honest, unless you put him against somebody from NXT, he's had things with everybody at this point, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at, Carl. Like, this is probably where, like, I would want to give him a fresh opponent for that last match. And off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe like somebody like a Trick Williams would be great to take on John Cena in that final match, to give Trick that rub before he officially makes his run on the main roster.
That could be a smart way of doing things as well. It definitely could.
Mm-hmm.
Who it's going to be, we still don't know. We don't know very much more about what is actually going on and happening with John Cena in his final days, final dates. I'm going to say dates, not days, dates within the WWE. All I know is that for myself, they continue to give us good matchup after good matchup for John Cena on this retirement tour. And we offer good program after good program here with Turnbuckle Studios. And with that, I want everyone to see and hear what we have throughout the week for all of you.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And this is the time where we make our way to our showstopper segment.
On his feet. Oh my God in heaven!
Oh my God in heaven, for sure, when it comes to this showstopper. I knew it was coming. I felt it was coming. I understood that it was coming. I still didn't believe it until it happened, and I was excited. I was at my shoot job, and I was able to be in the back at the time when this happened. I didn't get to see the entire celebration, but I caught up until the bottom of that hour. And my goodness, I was excited, just as Bubba Duke was. He showed his excitement as well. Guys, AJ Lee, April Mendez, the wife of CM Punk, they haven't hidden that fact. They haven't hidden that information, has returned after a decade to the WWE. To my understanding right now, has signed a multi-year contract and is back. Oh, I am excited for this. Wow. Never did I think that this was going to happen. I am so happy that it did happen. I kind of saw reactions around the entire wrestling community.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had kind of a different reaction when this was happening live. So I want to hear from both of you on this. And I want to start with OMD. Your reaction to AJ Lee making her return to the WWE.
I'm not going to lie. When that music hit and she came out, my eyes welled up.
Okay.
I had tears in my eyes. I was overjoyed. I was excited. And I couldn't believe this moment that, you know, as part of the SmackDown security detail, we got to cover live on air with all of our viewers and all of our fans. To be able to share in a moment like this, and we've all had different moments in wrestling, whether it's live events, PLEs that we've all been able to be a part of. And I can only imagine how much louder it would have been in person.
Oh, right. Right. I could feel the pop. I was watching on my mobile device, on my cell phone. I could feel the pop when AJ's music hit from that crowd. It was, I can only imagine what it would have been like there in Chicago.
Yeah.
Mr. Best, you didn't have a huge reaction on stream. So I want to get your thoughts on this. Was it something that kind of took you by surprise, or was it just kind of ho-hum?
So for me, I knew deep down that this was going to happen. It just seemed too convenient that it was in Chicago, that Punk was going to be there. And then hearing the rumors that Becky and Seth were in the building that same day.
Right.
I'm like, I still welled up. I mean, like, because it's moments like that make us love being a wrestling fan. My biggest fear, though, was because of the other return earlier that night with Brock Lesnar. I really thought Brock Lesnar was going to overshadow it, and it didn't, and I was so happy about that.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it was the fans that just didn't allow that overshadowing to happen. But at the same time, it was just, for me, it was just watching the execution of everything that just made me so happy to be a wrestling fan, and to see AJ come out and to see that smile on her face again. You know that deep down inside she loves the wrestling business, and when she left, she too was a bit sour on the WWE. So I'm so happy to see her back.
When I saw her come out from Gorilla onto that stage, I was ecstatic. I had taken a couple of minutes to go just kind of step outside and watch, and I'm watching, and then she comes out, and I'm like, oh my God, yes. And I'm jumping up and down outside. They're probably watching the security cameras going, I don't understand what this guy is doing. Maybe he needs some pills to calm down. But it was just an elation for me. And then I'm sitting there, and I'm like talking to my phone. I'm like, please skip, please do the skip. Please skip down to the ring, skip down to the ring, skip down. And then she started skipping to the ring, and I'm like, yes, she's skipping to the ring. Something as simple and as stupid as that, just skipping down to the ring, brought
Right.
so much joy. I couldn't believe it. And I'm not even going to mention. It's just a negative thing that I'm not going to mention. I am going to mention it. This return was bigger than Nikki Bella's.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
it's unfortunate, but I don't
But-
want to sour on that. Nikki Bella has returned as well, which is really cool, which is amazing. Again, somebody, Nikki and Brie Garcia said, we're done with professional wrestling. We're done in that realm. We're done with the WWE. But then for her to come back and return as well, it was a really cool moment. But this one just felt so much more special for some reason.
And here's the difference with that, though. How many times has Nikki and Brie Bella returned in the 10 years that AJ Lee has been absent?
That's true. I mean, they have done like rumbles and quick appearances. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it kind of felt like the Bellas never really left in a sense, you know?
Yeah. Now that I've had a couple of days to digest this, and I don't want to be negative, if this was anywhere other than Chicago, would the pop have been as loud? Would it have been placed in the same spot on the card?
Yes.
Because if you
Yes.
look at the historic significance of what this SmackDown was, John Cena's final appearance on SmackDown,
Right.
Sami Zayn offers him a U.S. title shot to pay him back for 10 years earlier, giving him his start on the main roster.
Right.
I think that would have probably main evented the show and been that historic moment. I mean, had it been anybody else other than AJ Lee's return, I'm sure they would have been booed out of the building with the rampant speculation. It would have been sort of that, if it ain't Wyatt, we riot type of mentality.
I get what you're saying. I definitely feel where you're coming from. I do believe that even if this was done in Kazakhstan, that it still would have been the same. I think that the WWE creative would have booked this the same, whether it was in Canada, the United States, Australia, Germany, Russia, wherever, doesn't matter. This was just a huge, significant deal and a huge part of the stories that are being told on the program right now. John Cena still has dates left. You don't want to continue to push John Cena to the main event area, because then people are going to get tired of seeing that. So that beautiful idea on their part, beautiful way to execute that. Leave it there. It doesn't need to main event, but it's got its significance, right? Just as you pointed out, that significance of, hey, you gave me my start. I want to give this back to you. Here we go. Brock Lesnar's return as well. We've seen Brock Lesnar return, multiple times. Comes in, decimates, leaves. Beautiful. That's Brock, and I love it. But this just felt so much more different that I think no matter where it would have happened, I think it probably would have gone the same way and received the exact same reaction that it did.
Yeah, because when AJ left in 2015, we didn't really want her to leave.
No.
We didn't want Punk to leave in 2014 either. So,
yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, AJ Lee. Absolutely loving that. Fantastic. And just so nice. Just like AJ Lee, we didn't want to see her leave. I'm sure you all don't want to see us leave either, but we have made our way to that point where we must bid you adieu. I do urge everybody to go and check out turnbucklestudios.org. That is where you can find the two gentlemen up above and myself. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/hosts, and you will be able to click on the picture of each one of us that will take you to all of our socials. We do have our Redbubble store that is there as well, turnbucklestudios.org/shop. And that takes you right to the page where you could take a look at a few things that are there. And if you click on the Turnbuckle Studios logo, it will take you directly to the shop with Redbubble. I want to thank both of you for being here with us. We know that this is a pre-recorded broadcast, and I thank everybody for sticking around through this one with us as well. Leave your comments, and if you have not as of yet, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you're doing all those things and share us out if you're enjoying the content that you see, not only here with Turnbuckle Talk, but with Turnbuckle Studios itself. We want you to share it out to everyone that you possibly can. Let's drive those numbers up. Let's get us continuing on a path that is going up. Last look that I saw, we currently have 111 subscribers over on YouTube. We would love to see that get to 150 within the next 2 months. So let's see what we can do to make that happen. And that happens because of all of you that are watching the programs with us. So thank you to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you, Mr. Best. Thank you, OMD, for being here with me today to do this episode of Turnbuckle Talk, Return of the Decade. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling we stand alone. With news and reviews we lead the way. Turnbuckle Talk every day. Turnbuckle Talk every day.